$25, Groucho.
I should say white is right. Now you got $25. Remember, you're going for $2,000 tonight. Now, how much of the 25? $15. What color is a daffodil?
Yellow.
That's right.
They're on their way. They have $40.
All right, you've got $40. And here's your third question. How much of the 40? $30. What color is a poinsettia?
Red.
Red is correct.
They're climbing. They have $70 now.
All right, you got $70. And here's your last chance to beat the other couples. How much of the 70?
Shoot the moon.
What color is lilac?
Purple.
Purple is right.
And they wind up with $140.
Thanks and good luck from the DeSoto Plymouth dealers. Now, we'll soon know who gets the chance at the $2,000 question.
Friends, you'll find a DeSoto Plymouth dealer ready and eager to serve you no matter where you drive.
I'm driving my friends a distraction. Like to come along, Fenneman?
Well, I'll go as far as the nearest DeSoto Plymouth dealer, Groucho.
I don't want you any further, Fenneman.
Well, that's where I know there's expert factory-trained mechanics who give your car and my car the same watchful care a mother gives a baby.
Did you ever try to burp at a soda?
Expert mechanics work with factory-designed and approved tools and equipment to give you the best service job you can get, no matter what the make of your car. So visit him the very first thing tomorrow morning.
Now, won't that look pretty? All those people driving around in their pajamas. All right, Fenneman, who's ahead in the battle for the $2,000 question?
Well, the Scottish couple are ahead with $210, and the secret word is still dress. We invited some glass blowers and some movie stuntmen to the program tonight, and just before we went on the air, our studio audience selected glass blower Richard Seaman and stuntman Bob Morgan. And here they are. Gentlemen, meet Groucho Marx.
Welcome, boys, for the DeSoto Plymouth dealers. And if you say the secret word, you'll divide $100 in cash. It's a common word, something you see every day. Mr. Richard Seaman.
Yes.
You're a glass blower, is that right?
That's right.
Well, blow me down. Where are you from?
Kansas City, Missouri.
Mr. Morgan, Bob Morgan? You're the stuntman, huh?
Yes, I am.
How's tricks?
I don't do tricks. I do stunts.
Well, how's stunts, huh? Where are you from, Bob?
Mount Carmel, Illinois.
Pretty sticky place, isn't it? Where do you do your glass blowing?
I don't...
Mr. Seaman.
At the Glasscraft Company.
The Glasscraft, huh? Is that anything like the Chris Craft?
No. That's a boat, isn't it?
That's a boat, huh? Well, this is a boat glass blowing. We're talking about new. So what do you do in your job?
Well, we take molten glass and on the end of a blow iron and form it into different shapes like perfume bottles or television tubes.
What's your most popular item?
The television tubes. They're in most demand right now.
Why is that?
Well, they're scarce and everybody wants them.
Everybody wants them?
They're there.
Not people who are employed in radio. Have you ever had the hiccups while blowing a light bulb? And all you got were percolator tops? Let's get back to you, stuntman. Just what do you do in your job?
Well, I double actors and stars in the business.
What do you mean double actors?
Whenever they have a hazardous stunt that an actor can't perform or shouldn't perform, why, they call in a stuntman to do it.
You mean if there's something an actor won't do, they hire you for the job?
Yes, that's right.
I don't see how you make any money, huh? I didn't think there was anything an actor wouldn't do. Now, how much would you charge me to jump off a 100-foot cliff?
Oh, about $10 a foot.
Well, that's cheap enough. All you have is 2 feet, huh? How much would you charge me to jump off a curb?
I don't jump from curbs.
Well, how do you get across the street? How do you manage a double for a star and keep the audience from getting wise?
Well, they generally select you because of your physical resemblance to the star. They keep our back to the camera, profile, so forth, and keep our face out of the camera as much as possible.
In many cases, the audience has their back to the picture, too, you know. Our listeners would like to know how you do some of these stunts. For example, say you jump off a 500-foot cliff. How do you manage it?
Well, ordinarily they will put a parallel about 10 feet below the top of the cliff. And the stuntman will jump to the parallel, and they'll cut away to a long shot of a dummy flying through space and landing.
Do they ever get confused?
Not yet.
Now, glassblower, are you getting the jitters listening to all this mayhem?
No, I haven't.
How did you get to be a glassblower?
Well...
Did you start off to school one morning, twirling your books and say, When I grow up, I'm going to be a glass blower, and nobody's going to stop me.
That was the last thing I ever thought it would be. Just looking for a job and...
Well, you went someplace where they were blowing glass? And,
Yes.
And they asked you if you had any experience? And you lied, huh?
That's right.
How do you blow glass? Do you chew up old milk bottles and puff?
No, we take molten glass and we make different articles out of it. After you get it on the end of this blowpipe, it's about 4 or 5 feet long, where you can blow it into different shapes. Or
Can you control the shape of the...
Oh, yes.
Things that come
Any
in?
shape you want.
You can, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I know what shape I want, but I don't know whether you can do it. Now, what happens after the glass is shaped?
We anneal it.
I beg your pardon.
It's annealed.
It's an eel? I thought it was a television tube.
No, it's anneal. A-N-N-E-A-L.
You don't have to spell it. All the kids are in bed by now. What has an eel got to do with all this? Is it a live eel?
No, it's not an eel. It's an eel.
You know, we can be sued by Abbott and Costello over that. I think this guy's blown his top. I better humor him. What is the eel doing in your blowpipe?
Well, by that I mean anneal. You take the glass over to a furnace and you take the strains and stress out of it. And that's anneal.
Boy, you're a whiz at clarifying things. All right, now let's see how a glass blower and a stuntman make out and You Bet Your Life. You beat the other couples and you'll get a chance at the $2,000 DeSoto Plymouth question. I can't tell you how much the other two couples won, but Fenneman's offstage to remind our listeners.
The Scottish war bride and her husband are still ahead with $210.
Here we go. Let's see how high I can build you $20. You select the tools of the trade as your category. Now, here's your first question. How much of the 20 are you going to try?
How much do we got?
You have $20. You may wind up with $20.
$10.
All right. Who would use a mortar and a pestle?
Either a chemist or a scientist.
Well, I think that's right. It's a pharmacist, but I think you had it right, huh?
You're on the way with $30, Groucho.
All right. You're running along. You got $30. Remember, you're going for $2,000 tonight. Now, how much of the 30 will you try?
20.
$20. Who would use a stick and a press?
Printer for one thing.
That's right. A printer is right.
They're climbing. They have $50.
Here's your third question. How much of the 50? Talk it up now.
25.
How much?
25.
$25. Who would use a transit and a plumb bob?
A surveyor.
A surveyor is correct.
Now they have $75.
All right, you got $75. Here's your last chance to beat the other couples. How much of the 75?
All of it?
$50.
Who would use a scalpel and a suture?
Doctor.
A doctor or a surgeon is right.
They wind up with $125, and that means the Scotch war bride and her husband with $210 get the chance at the DeSoto Plymouth $2,000 question. Prompt, courteous service at a price that's fair. That's the creed of every DeSoto Plymouth dealer. When you drive in for service at the sign of a DeSoto Plymouth dealer, you can count on this. Expert mechanics working with factory-approved tools and equipment will give your car the careful attention you want it to have. They'll do a better job on your car in a shorter time, and that means money in your pocket. It also means a car that will give you faithful, economical service for miles and miles. So next time your car needs service, stop in and get acquainted with a DeSoto Plymouth dealer. And remember, all dealers who sell DeSoto also sell Plymouth. And here's the Scotch war bride and her husband, the winning couple, all ready for the DeSoto Plymouth $2,000 question, Groucho.
All right, kids, here's a chance to make you the two richest people in Scotland. Here we go for $2,000. I'll give you 15 seconds to decide on a single answer between you, so think carefully and please no help from the audience. Here it is. President Truman recently made a cross-country trip to participate in a dedication at a great new dam on the Columbia River. For $2,000, what is the name of this important dam? Okay, what's the answer you two have decided upon?
Grand Coulee?
That's right. That's right. You win $2,000. You had the right answer, so you win $2,000. What are you going to do with all that money?
She's going to do it.
What are you going to do with it,
I'd
man?
like to give my husband's mother some of it, help her out. She's been so wonderful to me.
Couldn't you help her out for less money than that? All right, you win $2,000 plus $210 in the quiz. You really cleaned up tonight. Congratulations from the more than 3,000 DeSoto Plymouth dealers from coast to coast. You bet your life.
You Bet Your Life is a John Goodell production. Transcribed from Hollywood, directed by Robert Dwan and Bernie Smith. Music by Jerry Fielding. Be sure to tune in again next Wednesday night at this time for the Groucho Marx Show, You Bet Your Life, presented by the more than 3,000 DeSoto Plymouth dealers of America. And remember, all dealers who sell DeSoto also sell Plymouth, two great cars, both products of the Chrysler Corporation. And don't forget, next week, the big question will be worth $1,000.
Good night, folks, and remember, just be sure to see your DeSoto Plymouth dealer.
Here's a tip from the National Safety Council. Don't wait for a rainy day to check your windshield wipers. This is George Fenneman signing off for the more than 3,000 DeSoto Plymouth dealers from coast to coast.
Is it animal or vegetable? Is it a living American man?
Would I wear it on my new spring hat?
Is it located in Europe? Would my Uncle Albert smoke it? Yes, all America is playing 20 questions. In cooperation with the puzzle and game section of Pageant Magazine, Mutual presents 20 questions. And here's Bill Slater.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. Come on and play 20 questions with us, and here's how you do it. You listeners have sent in subjects that our questioners will try to discover in 20 questions or fewer. If your subject is used, you get a year's subscription to Pageant Magazine free. And if your subject can't be named within 20 questions, you get Pageant free the rest of your life, plus a grand surprise prize. Our mystery voice off stage in the soundproof booth will tip you at home on what the subject is, while our studio guests here will know from a board that they alone can see. In other words, everybody will be in on the secret except our 5 eager questioners. Now, our questioners are Fred Vandeventer, well-known New York newscaster, Florence Renard, musician and teacher, Bobby McGuire, amazing 14-year-old schoolboy, Herb Palazzi, radio and motion picture producer, and our special guest tonight is E.J. Kahn, author, humorist, and staff writer on The New Yorker. Glad to have you, Mr. Kahn. Well, everybody seems all ready, so let's get going right away. My first subject was sent in by Shirley Hartstein, whose home is in St. Louis, Missouri, and this subject was animal.
This is the mystery voice tipping you of the radio audience off to the fact that the subject is the mouse that ran up the clock.
All right, you at home know what it is. The audience knows what it is. Let's see if our 5 questioners can get it. Here goes Vandeventer.
Is it a living American man?
No, it's not a living American man. Miss Renard.
Is it a human being?
It's not a human being. Mr. Palazzi?
Well, is it male or female?
Well, I really don't know. That doesn't matter, I'll tell you that.
You mean it could be neuter gender?
No, I don't think it was that. But it really doesn't matter. I don't know whether it was